Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Mattel Wrestling WWE Elite Series 76 action figure set. Now it's been a long time since I wanted to get all 6 of an Elite wave, but I wanted to get all these guys. Now my action figure collection is predominantly Batman related. I'm a very casual wrestling fan, don't watch it too much, but I'm aware of a lot of it. But I wanted to get all these guys. Usually I get action figures to enhance my Batman collection or civilian action figures, world building. So I'm going to look at each one of these guys and tell you why I got them. This case assortment here, we got 6 figures. In the case, it's a case of 8. You get 2 John Cena, 2 Braun Strowman, 1 Tucker, 1 Otis, 1 Lacey Evans, and 1 Christian. And Christian has a variant. Would have been nice if he was 2 per case. First figure here, John Cena. This guy looks kind of thuggish as that sort of image. Got brass knuckles, alternate hands, got a chain and a hat. He also has a nice shirt on, so he can be a regular person for me. Here is the barcode of John Cena, in case that helps anybody. Next, we've got Braun Strowman. I mean, look at this guy. He is huge. I believe this is a new sculpt, and they've released so many Braun Strowman figures. It's about time they updated the sculpt. Alternate hands, and a really impressive trophy there. I can use this guy for a thug, muscle, or henchman easily. Here's his barcode, in case that helps anybody. The next figures, we've got Otis and Tucker. They're a tag team together called Heavy Machinery, and I wonder why. 2 big old country boys, especially Otis. You might think to yourself, why would you want those 2 guys? They damn near have no clothes on. What are you going to do with them in your action figure world? Well, I wasn't originally planning to get them, but I kind of fell in love with Otis. That guy is hilarious, so overdramatic, and I really like his matches. And boy, the Caterpillar, need I say more? So, here's Tucker. Looks like he's got a bunch of different hands. A cardboard country wrestling championship belt, really nice detail there, and a jean jacket. Now, I'm probably going to end up trying to give these guys pants. Paint their legs black, seems like a really easy way to do that. Both Otis and Tucker and Lacey Evans are all first time in the line. That's pretty cool. I do think that Otis and Tucker are going to get some future action figures in different clothing, but we'll see. Here is the barcode, in case that helps anybody. And then Otis, probably the one I'm looking forward to the most, as some of his matches are absolutely ridiculous. I will put a link in the description to a match that I saw him first introduce me to Otis, where he was dressed up as Santa, big old belly sticking out, there was food being shoved in his mouth, someone ate a ham and he went berserker and won the match. They introduced me to him, then I found out about him, Mandy Rose, all kind of just hilarious scenarios. He has the same belt, a bunch of different hands, the same jacket. Here is his barcode. Now Otis was the hardest one for me to find. I found these figures both at Walmart and Target recently. I found remnants of Series 76 a bunch of different times. I found the entire wave minus Otis once. And I hit, probably 10 different Walmarts. Couldn't find Otis. Happened to hit a Walmart today. Pegs totally empty. But as usual, Walmart had a pallet on the sales floor. And I saw Mattel Elite Collection. And I knew that was a full case. Grabbed it, cut it open, grabbed my Otis, and got out of the store. Next, we've got Lacey Evans. Kind of a schoolgirl type outfit. She's got a hat, whole bunch of different hands. Not sure what that thing is. We'll check that out. And a little skirt for her to put on. She's also first time in the line. And here would be her barcode. And last but not least, we've got Christian. He's got some alternate hands, sunglasses, and a goblet. This one has a white shirt. I believe it to be removable. There is a chase variant of him with a black shirt. And before I do the rest of the video, I will have that guy. Here's his barcode for what it's worth. So, with no further ado, let's open up this wave. See? I told you I'd get the variant before I do the rest of the video. I ended up breaking down, looking on eBay. I saw him for $35 shipped. I saw him for as low as $32 shipped. Ended up haggling with a couple of eBay sellers. Got him for $28 shipped. Thought that was a very fair deal. He retails for 20 bucks. And now I don't have to look for anything until the next wave. Alright, now that we have these figures out of the package, Here they are with all of their accessories laid out. This is the entire lineup from Mattel Wrestling WWE Elite Series 76, including the Chase variant. It's been a long time since I got a full wave of wrestling figures. Usually I pick and choose 2 or 3 of them out of the wave. I typically get all the female characters, and then any of the males I think I can use in my action figure collection. Usually I want them fully clothed. So in front of you we've got Christian, John Cena, Braun Strowman, Lacey Evans, Otis, and Tucker. The first 2, Christian, kind of just a regular guy. He has a ruffled shirt on, which is a little unusual, but I do like both of them, and the black shirt variant a little more than the other one. John Cena here, he's got a shirt on, he's got a chain to put around his neck, he's got a couple brass knuckle type things, looks like just a possible thug or henchman. Braun Strowman, huge, massive, towering over everybody else. Definitely the muscle. Lacey Evans, another female for the city. She's in sort of a schoolgirl type outfit. And then Otis and Tucker. Honestly, I was going to pass on these guys. They don't have clothes on exactly the way I like. But I ended up falling in love with that Otis character. It all started back in December. Happened to be eating dinner with my family at a Mexican restaurant. And in the background, they had a TV on with some wrestling. It was muted, but it couldn't help but catch my attention. Otis and Tucker, they're a tag team called Heavy Machinery, and they're both pretty large, fat dudes, some redneck guys. They were both in a Santa suit in that episode. Their bellies were exposed the whole time. They were fighting. They were getting their butts kicked. At one point, Otis had a ham he had received earlier that day. They took the ham and threw it on the ground. Otis went berserker, beat him up, and then started eating the ham. Oh, there were so many funny things in that match. It took me a really long time to find that match on YouTube. I'll post a link in the description below. Just absolutely hilarious. And introduced me to this Otis guy, and then just seen some funny stuff with him over the years. I do want to incorporate them into my main action figure collection, so I would love to perhaps paint their legs black, give them some pants with their jean jacket on top. Maybe I'll never get around to it, but I'd like to have Otis and Tucker kind of wearing regular clothing in the city versus in their outfits just for the ring. Anyway, back on subject. Here are all these figures. Let's check them out one by one. So let's start off with the Christian figure. This is going to be the figure I was least looking forward to of this wave. Yeah, he's a regular looking guy, but how many people wear a ruffled shirt in regular scenarios? So let's go and check him out. From the bottom, he's got black boots, purple pants with some different designs on the sides, his ruffled shirt, and it looks pretty good, but not very practical. His face just looks super mean. Look at his brow. He's got this necklace on. You can't remove it. If you were to heat up his head, you could probably pop it off that way. Then we've got the Chase variant black version. Black boots, sort of gray pants, different designs on the side. His black shirt, I personally think this one looks a little better. And the same mean, angry head. The accessories they come with, both of them have 2 alternate hands, totaling 4 interchangeable hands. They also have some sunglasses, and then we've got a goblet. And here they are, broken down as far as they can go, with all the removable parts detached. Here they are with their first pair of hands. These are their gripping hands, probably the hands I'm going to use on them by default. A, they can hold an item, and B, they can double up his fists pretty nicely. And here they are with their fisted hands. Now let's check out the sunglasses. Something I found kind of interesting. The part on the side doesn't go all the way back. It's just going to sort of plug into his hair. Here he is with no sunglasses. And then with his sunglasses attached. Now let's check out his goblet or his cup. This thing's silver, pretty basic looking. It's got some sculpting detail on the outside. It is hollow, so you could put water or something in if you wanted to. Looks like a wine glass or an old-fashioned goblet. Here they are holding their cups. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, let's check out the height of this guy. From bottom to top, sitting at about 6.7 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 17 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here. It can rotate around from side to side. His hair is soft, can go over his shoulders. Head can look down that far, pretty nice, and up that far. Shoulders, ball joint, they can go out a little bit more than 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. There's a bicep cut below that. Single jointed elbows at a 90-degree bend. Wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. He's got waist swivel. Feels like he's got a ball joint under his torso area here. You can feel it moving around. And it feels like a regular waist swivel below there. Legs on a ball joint. They can go out about that far. Forward about that far, not too much. Back, not at all. There is a thigh cut below that. Double jointed knees below that. A boot cut. And then his ankles can rotate up and down. And then they can tilt and rock just a little bit. And I don't actually have any other Christian figures to compare them to. Now let's look at John Cena. He's got 2 additional hands, totaling 4 interchangeable hands. He's got his chain. He's got his hat. He's got a shirt that appears to be removable, and I'd assume the brass knuckles as well. So here is this guy's face. Looking kind of mean, frowning. Hair parted, looking pretty good sculpt up there. He's got this thin shirt on. Nice ab crunch there. Different brass knuckles. Word and life. He's got his shorts on. Tennis shoes. And here he is, broken down as far as he can go. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are some flat, outstretched hands. Not liking these ones very much. And here he is with his gripping hands. You can have him holding his hands bare like this, or with his sort of brass knuckle type things on. The one on his right hand says word, on his left hand says life. Now let's look at his shirt. It's a gray color, moves pretty nicely, short sleeved, the number 3 on the back. Here's John Cena with the shirt off. And then with the shirt on. Here's his chain or necklace, made of a rubbery material, very bendy. It's got a padlock at the bottom and some large links around the rest. Then we add his chain, getting him all geared up. Then we've got his hat. Not too much to write home about here. Black baseball cap. Got a little bit of sculpting lines through it. Little tab at the back. He can wear his hat forward, but I believe it's supposed to be worn backwards like this. Now let's check out his height. This guy here, from bottom to top, sitting at about 6.6 inches, or 16.5 centimeters. And now his articulation. So starting with his head here, of course he can rotate from side to side. Can look down about that far and up about that much. Shoulders on a ball joint. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. Oh, it looks like his armband here that says never give up is actually removable. You can slide that thing down. Pretty cool. He's got a bicep cut below that. Single jointed elbows, not even quite 90 degrees. Wrist can rotate around and it's hinged as well. He's got an ab crunch in his chest area. Traditional waist swivel below that. Legs on a ball joint. They can only go out a little bit, kind of disappointing there. They really can't go forward that much, about that far. Back, not at all. Thigh cut here. Double jointed knees, go all the way back. His foot has rotation at the top of the shoe. It can go forward and back. And it can rock as well, just a little bit there. Here he is with a few other John Cena figures. On the left, we've got a Jakks Pacific older wrestling figure. Then, of course, this Elite 76 John Cena. And the third one, probably my favorite of the John Cenas, with the jean shorts, is another Elite version. He looks the most like a generic thug to me. And the very last one is a basic John Cena. Here's the Braun Strowman figure from this wave. Braun Strowman's really popular. He's getting figures made all the time. I believe this will be a new sculpt on his head and body, and we will check that out a little later. He comes with 2 additional hands, totaling 4 hands. He also has this large trophy with Andre the Giant on the top. This thing is a breakaway trophy. Has some cool description of who was representing each year for this trophy. Pretty cool. That could be a really cool trophy to use. Maybe giving it as a large humanitarian award at the background of my Batman world. Who knows? A lot of possibilities. So let's look at Braun Strowman. Big old strong beard. Head shaved on the sides. Got the little ponytail in the back. Tattoos looking amazing. Can even see on the inside there. Another tattoo here. The detail is great. You probably can't really read it, but it says Country Strong. Very nicely done. Looking pretty good. Single jointed elbows, double jointed knees. Just a tall, absolutely massive figure. Here he is, broken down as far as he can go. Here he is with his first pair of hands. I would describe these as grabbing hands. They're kind of like gripping hands, but a much bigger grip so he can hold something larger. And then here, with his gripping hands, a little bit smaller and can double up as a fist pretty easily. And I think I'm going to use him with one grabbing hand and one gripping hand. Best of both worlds. Now let's look at his trophy. It's got Andre the Giant on the top, and this thing is huge. It can't break away. I think it looks pretty cool. On the front of the trophy, it says the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy and a bunch of names of wrestlers. Cesaro, Big Show, Baron Corbin, Moho Rawley, Matt Hardy, and Braun Strowman. Here's Braun holding the trophy and getting ready to hit John Cena over the head with it. And you can see just how many pieces this trophy breaks down to. Now let's check out the height of this guy. And this guy is massive. He is huge. From bottom to top, he's sitting at about 7.8 inches tall. It's going to be almost 20 centimeters. And let's check out his articulation. So his head, of course, it can rotate around. The beard can go over his chin. Can look down that far, up that far. Shoulders on a ball joint, up this far, up, down, around. Bicep cut. Single jointed elbow, 90 degrees. Wrist can rotate and it's hinged. It's got ab crunch in here. Traditional waist fold below that. Ball jointed legs, they can only go out this far. Forward, about that much. Back, not at all. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees, all the way in. Boot cut at the top. Feet go up and down, and they can rock a little bit. Here he is with a bunch of other Braun Strowman figures. The first 3 on the left are elite figures, and the last 3 are basic figures. I will confirm this is a brand new Braun Strowman head, and his chest area is new. It might be the first shirtless Braun Strowman they made. Now let's look at Lacey Evans. This is the first time they've made this wrestler in the line. She comes with a hat, white little square, which I assume is like a handkerchief or something. She has 4 additional hands, totaling 6 interchangeable hands, and then her skirt. So let's go ahead and check out the figure here. I think her face looks great. Her smile, the eyes, the hair, the sculpting is really nice on her. Going lower, she's got a 2-piece outfit, knee pads, boots, some bows on the back there. Overall, she looks cool. I think she's going to look even better when I put all of her clothing together. Here she is, broken down as far as she can go. Here she is wearing her first pair of hands, her fists. And then with her second pair of hands, her gripping hands. And here she is with her third and final pair of hands. These ones have gloves on them. They're white. I like that option. You can have her gloves on or gloves off. These are the hands I'm probably going to use on her the most, as I think it complements her outfit nicely. These hands also have little bows on the side. Now let's check out her hat, skirt, and what I believe is her handkerchief. If it's something else, please drop me a line in the comments below. Here she is with none of that stuff on. And here she is with everything on. Now let's check out her height. From bottom to top, she's sitting at about 6.3 inches tall, which is going to be about 16 centimeters. And now her articulation. So with her head here, of course it can rotate around. The hair is soft enough to get over her shoulders. She can look down about that far, up about that much, not very much there. Shoulders can go up quite a bit, more than 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. Bicep cut here, single jointed elbows. Wrist can rotate around, and it's going to be hinged as well. She's got a ball joint in her sort of chest area here. Can rotate just a tiny bit and go forward and back quite a bit there, actually. Traditional waist swivel below that. Ball jointed hips. They can go out about that far. Forward, almost all the way. Back, not at all. Thigh cut below that. She does have double jointed knees. You can kind of see underneath there. Go all the way back. A little bit obstructed by this knee pad thing. Then she's got a boot cut at the top. Feet can go up, down, and they can rock a little bit. And of course, being the first time release in the line, I don't have any other Lacey Evans figures to compare her to. And the last two figures to check out, this is Tucker and Otis. This is a tag team partnership called Heavy Machinery. Called Heavy Machinery because there are a couple of big redneck guys. Otis in particular, his whole gimmick is being a fat redneck idiot. He almost always wrestles with his belly exposed, and frankly, he's hilarious. He's got one of the most beautiful divas in wrestling as his girlfriend. Just sort of an ongoing joke, always making fun of him as a redneck idiot, and I love it. These guys both come with 4 additional hands, totaling 6 interchangeable hands. They've got a championship belt that's actually made of cardboard, redneck style, and they both have a jean jacket. So let's check them out. Way less excited for Tucker than I am for Otis. Here he is, big old smile on his face, got tattoos all over his chest and arm, long hair in the back, he's got his sort of spandex here, HM, Heavy Machinery. On his knee pad it says Tucky. Got boots, Tucky on the back here. And then for Otis. First of all, his face looks great. He's got those intense eyes. His beard is thick and full. Got that long redneck hair also. Otis on the back. Otis on his knee pad. Everything about him is fat. This might be the first time I've seen this body. Fat belly, fat thighs, fat ankles, everything. Really liking this guy so far. And here are these guys broken down as far as they can go. I must say I think Otis, at least so far from what I've seen, seems to be the most popular of the wave. I've seen this wave at stores at least 10 different times, and I've only found Otis once. So here they are with their first pair of hands. These hands can be open and relaxed to their sides, and they can also probably use these to pick someone up and slam them on the ground. Here's their second pair of hands, their fists. And here they are with their gripping hands. These are my preferred hands for these guys. And they each come with one of these championship belts. It says YOLO County Tag Team Champions. And it's made of cardboard. Almost looks like these stars are just sort of drawn on with crayon. Pretty cool redneck accessory. Now let's check out their jackets. Jean jacket, looking pretty nice. Made out of soft material, very bendy. Says Solid, says Otis. And the other one, pretty much the exact same thing, except it says Solid and it says Tucker. Here they are with their jackets off. And here they are with their jackets on. Jean jacket, redneck style. It looks pretty nice. I like the detail. I like the color. I like the little scratches all over it. Heavy Machinery. Now I thought to myself, I'd like to add them pants so I can have them sort of get around the city with pants on and a jacket on. Honestly, I'll probably never actually get around to doing that. I was thinking about giving him some blue jeans that would look great with the jacket, but if I did that, I'd have to get rid of his Heavy Machinery logo, as the pants would have to be from here down. So I was thinking maybe just giving him painting their legs black, as if they had black pants on. But like I said, I'm probably never actually going to get around to doing that. Now let's check out their height. From bottom to top, Tucker's sitting at about 7.25 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 18.5 centimeters. And Otis here, sitting at about 6.75 inches tall, going to be about 17 centimeters. Now let's check out their articulation. And even though their bodies are different, their articulation scheme seems to look about the same. So we'll start with Tucker here. Of course, his head can rotate from side to side. Can look up about that far, down about that far. Shoulders on a ball joint, about 90-degree bend. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. Bicep cut, single jointed elbow. Wrist can rotate and hinged. It's got an ab crunch here. Traditional waist swivel. Legs on a ball joint, then go out pretty far. Forward about that far. Back, really not at all. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees. He's got a boot cut. His feet looks like they go up and down. And they can rock just a little bit as well. Then Otis here, his head, it's going to rotate around. A little bit obstructed for his beard. Can't really go any further than that. Up and down, not much either. Shoulders on the ball joint, that far. Bicep cut, single jointed elbows. Wrist can rotate and hinged. Doesn't have an ab crunch here. He's got a ball joint. The top can rotate around. Can also go forward and back. Pretty nice range of motion there. Traditional waist swivel, middle of his big old belly. Leg go about that far, not too much. It is a ball joint. Forward about that far. Back not really at all. Thigh cut, double jointed knees. Boot cut, feet up and down. And once again, a little bit of rotating. And seeing as how both these figures are first time in the line, I don't have any Tucker or Otis figures to compare them to. I do think these guys are going to get a future Elite release, hopefully with a more modern costume and Otis with a big old belly sticking out. Here's Otis next to his girlfriend Mandy Rose. On the left, we've got a basic version. On the right, an Elite version. Here's Otis and Mandy having a romantic dinner together at a pizza place. Another figure I have that kind of reminds me of this Otis. This is an older Jack-specific wrestling figure. I'm not even sure who this guy is, but he's a real big dude. He's got the jean jacket. Always sort of thought of him as a guy hanging out at a biker bar. Here's Tucker and Otis taking on Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. So I'm going to post a link in the description to 3 different Otis videos. Number 1 is when him and Tucker were in Santa outfits fighting for their lives. Number 2 is going to be Otis' signature move, the Caterpillar. And number 3 will be Mandy Rose and Otis on a little date on vacation. So speaking of the Caterpillar, Otis has this crazy move. I don't even know what the purpose of it is, but he's so big, it just makes it hilarious. He'll go down, do this about 4 times, jump up, stand, and then jump on somebody. Seems absolutely ridiculous and pointless, but hilarious at the same time. Take, for example, Otis taking down Eric. He gets Eric onto the ground, then Otis decides to do his signature Caterpillar move. He'll stand up for a sec, then drop down onto the person. And another thing I definitely thought was cool about Otis, they didn't give him the traditional ab crunch. They gave him this ball joint so he can move around quite a bit. And that allows him to do his Caterpillar, which I think is really nice attention to detail they gave this guy. So overall, I must say this is a very nice wave of Mattel Elite wrestling figures. It's been a really long time since I bought an entire wave of Elite figures. Not sure if I've ever actually done that. If I were to rate these figures from my least favorite to my favorite least favorite is probably Tucker. I would normally pass on figures like Tucker and Otis as they have bare legs and I don't see a lot of uses for them in my action figure world building. but I really got to like Otis, and that made me like the tag team Heavy Machinery. So my least favorite would be Tucker, and then Christian, and then John Cena, and then probably Lacey Evans, and then Braun Strowman, and then Otis is going to be my favorite of the wave, just because I've gotten a little bit attached to the character. So I'm happy to finally have Series 76 completed. Looking forward to getting Series 77 next. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.